In the shadowy recesses of arcane lore and whispered legends, the enigmatic tale of Lyric Thun unfolds, a saga shrouded in mystery, where the boundary between deity and demon blurs. Known as the Mistress of the Unseen, her story is inscribed in forgotten texts, accessible only to those daring enough to look beyond the veil of the mundane. Lyric Thun emerged from the chaotic void that predates creation, born from the universe's deepest fears and darkest thoughts. Descriptions of her form varied among the ancient scholars. Some portrayed her as an ever-shifting mass of shadows peppered with countless eyes, while others described a statuesque woman cloaked in a mantle of black mist. Regardless of her form, her essence was consistent, a primordial force embodying the obscure and the unknown. The cult devoted to Lyric Thun was a clandestine assembly, whose members revered her as a powerful goddess rather than a malevolent demon. They believed she wielded control over the unseen forces of the universe, manifesting her will through omens and anomalies. Her followers, seeking to harness her cryptic powers, performed esoteric rituals to curry her favor and gain esoteric knowledge, though such gifts often came at a harrowing cost. One such narrative centers around Alistair, a zealous acolyte whose devotion led him to the brink of madness. The cult's ancient scrolls, composed on parchments as old as the cult itself, detailed Alistair's attempt to witness Lyric Thun in her true form, a feat not previously dared by any mortal. On a night devoid of moonlight, with only the starless sky as his witness, Alistair commenced the forbidden ritual, known only to the highest echelons of the cult. As he chanted the eldritch verses, the air around him thickened, reality seemed to warp, and a palpable darkness began to seep into the world. As the ritual reached its zenith, the darkness coalesced into a form both mesmerizing and terrifying. Alistair, standing at the threshold between worlds, beheld what no other had, the true visage of Lyric Thun. It was said that her appearance was so profoundly unsettling that it shattered the very fabric of Alistair's psyche. He was found the next morning, a hollow vessel of a man, muttering incomprehensible phrases with eyes that saw beyond the conceivable. The aftermath of Alistair's encounter led the cult to envelop their practices in even deeper secrecy. Rumors of their otherworldly powers spread fear across the land, prompting witch hunts and the destruction of their sacred texts. Many scrolls were burned, others buried, lost to the relentless march of time. But the legend of Lyric Thun persisted, whispered in the corners of taverns and among the shelves of forbidden libraries. To the uninitiated, the distinction between goddess and demon hinges on the perceived nature of the entity, benevolent or malevolent. However, for those who once revered or feared her name, Lyric Thun was a symbol of the thin veil separating reality from the unfathomable. Her followers did not see her as a demon to be feared, but as a goddess who commanded the hidden currents of the world, offering glimpses into the profound mysteries of the universe at unimaginable costs. Today, Lyric Thun remains a figure of intrigue among scholars of the arcane and the occult. Her story is a beacon for those who seek to understand the deeper, darker parts of existence, serving as a reminder of humanity's perpetual attraction to the unknown. Whether as deity or demon, Lyric Thun epitomizes the dual nature of fear and reverence, embodying the mysteries that lie just beyond the edges of our understanding, in the spaces where shadows dwell and the fabric of reality is thin enough to tear. Her legacy, woven into the fabric of these ancient tales, challenges us to ponder the true nature of the forces that lurk in the unseen corners of the world. It raises the timeless question: are we, as mere mortals, meant to explore these depths, or should some realms remain undiscovered, left to the dominion of entities like Lyric Thun, ever powerful, ever elusive, and eternally enigmatic? Shrouded in perpetual mist, Ravenshallow holds secrets whispered by the wind, where the legend of the goddess Ursabet thrives. Spoken of in eerie chants and frightened murmurs at dimly lit local taverns, she is known as a deity born from abyssal chaos, a figure of both shadow and illumination. Corvin, a researcher of the occult and ancient mythologies, was drawn to Ravenshallow by its cryptic reputation and the stories of beings forgotten by time. His arrival on a bleak evening, under skies as tempestuous as his ambitions, was marked by the unsettling calm that pervaded the village. The locals spoke in hushed tones about the cursed woods skirting the village, where the fabric of reality seemed to warp and where nightmares manifested into existence, allegedly the home of Ursabet herself. Driven by a fearless curiosity, Corvin ventured into the dense forest under the veil of a new moon. The forest seemed alive, its ancient trees subtly swaying, almost as if directing or driving him towards a destiny yet unknown. Deep within this whispering woodland, he came upon an ancient stone altar, overtaken by vines and seemingly forgotten by time. It was here that a figure of otherworldly beauty and terrifying presence materialized, Ursabet, an apparition of cosmic dread. Ursabet revealed herself not as a demon or goddess, but as an entity beyond the grasp of mortal understanding, embodying the obscurity found between stars and the quiet found within screams. The world around Corvin distorted, unveiling vistas that defied earthly logic and creatures that lurked at the fringes of reality, their essence saturated with the potent unknown. The enigmatic Ursabet offered Corvin knowledge, but at a grave cost, his memories. With each unearthed secret, segments of his past began to blur and dissipate, eroding him into a vessel brimming with unfathomable terrors, stripped of human sentiment. Some days later, the villagers discovered Corvin wandering aimlessly, his gaze hollow, his speech laced with unfathomable truths. While Ursabet continued to exist as a legend, a mystifying figure residing in the thresholds where dread and veneration intermingle for Corvin, the lines between demon and deity had dissolved. He was left adrift in a madness that recognized no limits, a mind haunted by the profound depths of the unknowable. The tale of Ursabet and Corvin became yet another whispered secret of Ravenshallow, a cautionary tale of the price of forbidden knowledge. In the chilling realm of Lovecraftian lore, where ancient deities dwell beyond the comprehension of mortals, the story of Sothra, the veiled goddess, stands as a spine-tingling tale of cosmic horror and forbidden knowledge. Sothra, as recounted in whispered tales among those who dare to delve into the forbidden corners of arcane libraries, is neither demon nor typical goddess. She exists in the interstices of reality, a being of immense power and inscrutable intentions, cloaked forever in enigmatic shadows. Her domain is the dreamscape, a dimension woven from the subconscious fears and desires of humanity. The story begins in the late 1920s with an ambitious young archaeologist named Edward Hallstrom, who unearthed a curious artifact during an excavation in a remote part of Greenland. The artifact, a statue carved from an unknown black stone, depicted a figure shrouded in robes, with no discernible features save for two luminescent eyes that seemed to flicker with a light of their own. Compelled by an obsessive need to uncover the history of his find, Hallstrom turned to the cryptic texts of ancient cults and esoteric scholars. He discovered references to Sothra, described as the bearer of eternal night, worshipped by a long-extinct civilization that believed she could be appeased only through dreams and nightmares. Driven by a mix of fear and fascination, Hallstrom began to experience vivid, unsettling dreams where he wandered through a labyrinthine city of impossible geometry, always feeling the presence of Sothra watching from the shadows. Each dream ended at the precipice of a monumental revelation, only for him to awake in cold sweat, the secrets slipping through his grasp like sand. As months turned to years, Hallstrom's encounters with Sothra in his dreams grew more intense and personal. He documented his experiences meticulously, his notes becoming increasingly erratic and filled with diagrams of strange symbols and frantic pleas for understanding. One fateful night, driven to the brink of madness, Hallstrom vanished. His study was found in disarray, his last entry reading simply, "She has opened the gate. The stars bleed shadows, and I must follow." Neither Hallstrom nor his body were ever found. Today, the story of Edward Hallstrom, And the veiled goddess serves as a chilling reminder of the thin veil that separates our known world from the domains of entities that lurk in the outer darkness. Sothra, the enigmatic goddess, remains a symbol of the ultimate unknown, where the pursuit of forbidden knowledge can lead to one's unfathomable disappearance, swallowed by the very secrets they sought to unearth. If you enjoyed these explorations into the eerie realms of cosmic horrors, please like, share, and subscribe for more chilling tales and deep dives into the unknown. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to never miss an update.